Got a bit of an exciting video for y'all today. I'm going to be unboxing the Z1 Motorsports catback for 370Z. This is my first video, so a bit of an introduction and a little bit about me. My name is Jimmy. I drive a 2009 370Z. It's the second one I've had. The first one I had was a 2013 Sport Touring. It had about 86,000 miles about it, used from CarMax, had a Stirling catback. That's pretty much all I had done to it. Really fun car. Had it for about, I don't know, a year and a half maybe. My wife and I absolutely loved that car. 6-speed manual, a lot of fun. Before that, I've had a couple FRSs, one of them being a pretty good track car. Had a 17x9 square tires on there with 255s. Fortunato 510 coilovers. I tracked it a few times, well, I think maybe six track days on that thing maybe. A lot of fun, very slow in a straight line. Like a Miata, fun car to drive, but dang if they ain't slow in a straight line. So, sold that and ended up getting a, like I said, 2013 370Z. First time in a Z ever. I've always been a fan of the Z line ever since the old 240Z back in the day. Always wanted the 350Z, but I tell you what, the 350Z is a gorgeous car on the outside, but dang if I can't stand that interior. Sorry, 350Z owners, that interior needs some help. And a lot of people complain about the 370Z interior, but honestly, my wife and I both agree, like, we don't know why people complain. Is it a basic dash, you know, behind the steering wheel and gauge cluster and all? Sure, but it's still a nice interior, you know, like, it's like the door panels and even the dash, like, if you touch it, is somewhat soft, so it's not really hard plastic. But this isn't a car review, it's not what we're here for. I am a car guy, I've always been a car guy. But the problem was, the new Nissan Z was unveiled, you know, what, a year and a half, 2 years ago? I don't even know exactly. But my point is, it was unveiled, and I'm like, I've got to have that car. Loved the interior of that car. Exterior, love the rear. Front, not so much. And it's not really because of the square grill inlet. That front of the car just doesn't really do it for me. Now it's a beautiful car, don't get me wrong. Love the drivetrain, love that interior. But either way, back then, like, oh, I'm gonna get that. So I sold my car with the intent to save up money, and when the new Z comes out, you know, have a substantial down payment, buy the new Z. Well, time goes on, and my wife and I both like, dang, we never should have sold the 370Z, you know. And then the new Z comes out, people start driving the new Z, dealerships start marking up the new Z, and I'm thinking to myself, ain't no way in heck I'm gonna go spend 60 grand for a $30,000 car because of dealer markups, because I hate dealer markups. It's just for greedy people. I'm sorry. Like, you can argue supply and demand all you want. No, dealer markups are for greedy dealers. Point blank. And the way we beat markups, we stop paying them. But that's a story for another day. So, we're here for unboxings. So anyways, my point is, my wife and I love the exterior of the 370Z. We love that car. And I love the VQ37. So, you know, the VR30 doesn't really sound that good in my opinion. Yes, you can say it's twin turbo, 3-liter, blah, 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 who cares? You can go get a VQ37, which with the right exhaust, sounds really good. And you put a single turbo on that thing and make 600 horsepower to the wheels on a stock motor. Don't correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't the VR30 like 500 horsepower to the wheels before you risk blowing it? I don't see what the appeal is for that. But then people started driving them. But now that they're out, and they're quick in a straight line, no doubt. But they say they're squirmy in their brakings, and I haven't driven one. And they don't handle as good as the other ones. They've become a grand touring car, a car that you drive coast to coast. And that's great if that's what you're looking for. But I'm not looking for that. I'm looking for a fun car to drive to work, drive to the mountains, the occasional track day. I'm not making a race car. If I was making a race car, these boxes wouldn't be here. There'd be Soho just released their full titanium catback, which is, by the way, gorgeous. And I don't think the price is even that bad. It's $1,600 or $1,699, I believe. And to be honest, as you can see, well, you can't see because the table's in the way. I got the Z1 catback race single exit exhaust left side. This isn't my first choice. I called my local shop, Pro Auto, and I wanted to get the Grady RS race exhaust. The problem was they're on back order until March, roughly. And me being the impatient person that I am, don't want to wait that long. So, went to the Z1 website, and you know, you can say what you want. You know, I like a website that I can go to and I can just window shop. You know, might not want to buy anything, but I like seeing what's out there, seeing how much it costs. You know, just daydreaming, building a wish list, what have you. With that being said, I do have a local shop here. Again, they're Pro Auto. I love them. Nick Way, great guy. I've known him for several years. I've known him since my first 2013 FRS that I bought new back in 2013. He's a great guy. His shop is really blowing up. Really happy for him. So ideally, I like to buy from him and have installs with him, but that's not always feasible. He's also a very busy person. So what's the next best choice? Why not go to a shop that specializes in Z's? Z1 Motorsports, and they're right next door to me. I live in South Carolina, they're in Georgia. Half a day's drive and boom, I can get there. If I wanted to go there, which right now I have no reason to go there. But my point is, another somewhat local shop, even though they're more nationally based, unlike my buddy's shop, Pro Auto. But I went to them as well, looking for the Grady RS race. I really wanted that exhaust, but again, they don't have it in stock, and I don't want to wait until March. And to be honest with you, like, I went on the YouTubes, and Z1, that's a good looking exhaust, and it sounds really good. It has that throaty gargle noise that I really like in the old VQ35BE motors, which is one of them things, man. Like, I want to put headers on my car, but headers sound good on these cars, but honestly, if you just do stock cats and a proper catback exhaust, you really can't beat the tone, in my opinion, on these cars. With that being said, like I said, my last Z, I had a 2013, and it came with the Stilling catback, and my dumbass went and put test pipes on there, and not just any test pipes. I went with the test pipes with no cats and no high flow, or I'm sorry, I went with the Burke Technologies test pipes, no cats, no resonators, just straight on pipes. And let me tell y'all right now, 370Z with Burke test pipes, no resonator, no cats, with a Stilling catback, as good as that Stilling catback is, sounds like absolute dog crap. It sounds like dog crap. So I was very unhappy with that. And the Stilling catback with stock cats, in my opinion, was just too quiet. Sounded good, it was just too quiet. I don't want to tone me loud, but I want to be able to hear and feel my exhaust. So I went with this. So this video, we're gonna open these boxes up, check out the parts. These boxes are still taped up, stapled shut, so I haven't even seen them. So I guess the only thing left to do now is open it up. If I haven't told y'all, I got an 09 370Z. Unfortunately, it's not the sport package. It is a touring package, which I didn't want, and it is a 6-speed, but I'm really happy to be back in a 370Z. So without further ado, let's get into it. I wanted the standard Y pipe. I didn't want the modular one. Simplicity, you know. And like I said, I still had the factory cats on the car. So the car I have now, the 09 370Z, is bone stock. Ain't nothing done to it. So this will be the one and only thing done to it for now. And I'm really excited to get it on the car. So let's open this box up and see what it looks like. See what this packaging is. Sorry, I have no way of putting y'all above me looking down. So we're gonna make do with what we got. So right now, packaging, really good. Thank goodness it's this type packaging and not these stupid peanuts. Man, I hate them peanuts. I hate ordering anything that comes in the mail and has peanuts. It's a mess, it's frustrating. Ugh. All right, so first thing we're gonna take out hardware. We got 2 gaskets. These are gonna go to your cat. Cool, 2 gaskets, some hardware. So if you're got a high mileage Z like mine, your factory bolts to the cats are probably rusted and seized on there, and you have a good chance you're probably gonna snap them taking them off. So you got new hardware, you're good. We got clamps, because for those who don't know, they thought this box might look pretty narrow. This is not a 1-piece Y pipe, it is a 3-piece Y pipe. So you have your tubes bolted to the cat, all right? So you know they'll go like roughly like that. Then a special piece, your Y. Got a nice little Z1 brand, right? And it goes to a 3-inch outlet. Like we do have a bung in here, maybe for like a wideband or something. I don't know. It's kind of far back for a wideband. On a wideband, it's supposed to be like, you know, within so many inches of your actual head. Either way, I didn't know it had this. That's really cool that it has that. So, and I do want to put a wideband on my car, even though right now I am in a. I do want to go with the Soho Turbo Kit one day, but until then, cool. So we'll keep this in the wrapping for right now, just because I'm not installing it right now. There's no point in taking it out of the protective plastic, but it's cool to have it laid out, look at it, see how everything's gonna work. You can kind of, if you haven't figured it out already, you got your pipes. They're gonna come in, right? This will slide over this pipe, or under, whatever. It does one of the two. And then this clamp will go on here. You tighten these nuts up. This clamp tightens down over here. Boom, you're good to go. It's also easy because it's got easy adjustment to a system like that. So, cool. Get this out of the way. Doesn't fly very well. All right, now, the big boy box. This box is stapled shut, so there will be no cutting this box, but it shouldn't be too bad. So, well, that wasn't bad at all. So, let's get this all out of here. Let's see if we can pull it out this way. All right, so, paper. Okay, good. Still no peanuts. Makes me happy. Put that out of the way. Clean that up later. Wyatt! Just kidding. All right. Dang. Some stuff fell out of a plastic bag. All right. We'll take, you know what? We'll take it out of the plastic. We'll see this raw metal, see how it really looks. All right, we'll save the best bit for last. All right, we do have a resonator. Dang, all my hardware is at the very bottom. And some of it's falling out of the bag. Dang. All right, being at the fun part. This is the fun part. Yeah. Gotta unwrap all this stuff. All right. Just dump this out, shall we? All right. Oh, I heard more hardware. I see more hardware. I can't get more hardware. Ah. Come on. It's probably like taped in there on accident. It was taped. So, gasket, hardware, clamp. This will go for these sections. We got our hanger. This will go around the muffler. So, now, let's do what I said we weren't going to do, and let's unbag everything. I'm not going to unbag the hardware. There's no point in doing that. So, we'll put the hardware off to the side. It does come with a little Allen wrench. Pretty nifty. Nice protective wrapping. Thank you, Z1. Something to note while we're doing this, while you're doing this, my pile is just getting bigger. Anyways, something to note, this is raw metal, this is not coated. And you know what your hands have on them naturally? Oil. Do you know what happens when you put your hand on metal? You know, you might not be able to see it, oil transfers to that raw metal. And then you know what happens to that oil on the metal when the metal gets hot? You guessed it. You get burn marks. So, after you install it, if you're not wearing gloves, and even if you are wearing gloves, I still would do it anyways because you don't know who packaged this stuff. Before you crank your car up and go through its first heat cycle, I would recommend taking a microfiber rag, something, and just wiping down the pipe. Get all the oils off the pipe. Are you going to see these pipes under the car? No. You see that pipe. You'll see a little bit of this pipe, but you know, you don't want your metal turning various shades of who knows what color when the metal heats up. So just do yourself a favor now, wipe it all down. A trick some people do is they'll take a rag with WD-40 and they'll wipe down all the metal because this is stainless steel. And when the WD-40 interacts with the metal when it gets hot, it turns a nice, I don't know, hue of gold maybe. Not quite gold color, of course, but it turns a nice hue of that bronze, copper, gold type color, that kind of tone. Some people like it. The other thing you can do is if you have a track day planned or some really spirited driving, install this at brand new right before you do all that fast driving, or I'm sorry, spirited driving, and your exhaust pipes will actually get hot enough that you'll get nice blue hues, like if it was a titanium. You'll get nice blue hues in the metal. It most likely will not stay, but it's kind of cool, you know, if it does stay. But you know, it looks cool. So, you know, chemistry and whatnot. I'm gonna be so mad if I take this whole video and I go back and watch it and my head isn't even in the picture. Would be my luck though. While we're doing this, feel free to criticize me with all your negative comments on YouTube. I really don't care. This is my first video. I've never done anything like this before, so I know I'm doing a lot of things wrong. I can do a lot of things better, but I can't improve unless you guys tell me what to improve on. So, do that. We can all be friends, or not, I don't care. And yeah, go from there. Oh yeah. So, that thing is shiny. Alright, so this does come with a silencer. It is removable, but it's nice that it has it because I do have neighbors. I don't live in a neighborhood, but you know, if I ever do long tube headers or something like that one day, I don't want to cold start and wake up the world. So, you know, it's nice to have a silencer in there for, you know, people who are courteous to others. But I will be taking mine out, and we'll see how that goes. But anyways, I did go with the straight cut. For those of y'all who are interested in the Z1 catback, it is a 3-inch piping. You can do either left side, which is what I chose, left side, driver's side. You can do right side, passenger side exit. And you can do a straight cut or you can do a slant cut. Me personally, I prefer the straight cut. It just kind of gives me that old school vibe of late 90s or early 2000s when I grew up. Too young to have a car back then, but the Supra was my hero car, and I know it is for a lot of you guys. And that the man, when they had that angled exit exhaust, man, that was a ticket right there. I used to have a turbo Celica, 2001 Celica. I put a turbo on it, and I bought an Apexi N1 muffler, a lot like this one, 3-inch inlet. Who knows what size outlet, 4.5-inch outlet. And I told the muffler shop when they put it on there, because it wasn't a catback. I had to, they had to make pipes and all, get it on there. I said, I want that angled out look. And they did it. And I loved it, but it wasn't a Supra. And then I blew the motor in that, but it was fun taking my little Celica GT with the 1ZZ motor and embarrassing these stock LS1 Trans Ams, which I know today that ain't fast, but back then in the 2008 2009 for a daily driven street car that wasn't a 1320 car, of course, on the street, that was fast. 260 horsepower to the wheels was a very respectable number. Yes, there were faster cars, not saying there wasn't, but back then, the Mustangs, they only made 305 horsepower in 08. They didn't get to close to the 400 horsepower mark until 2011. So, and then everything skyrocketed for street cars. I mean, heck, you got Corvette Z06s now coming out with 650 horsepower and 650 foot-pounds of torque. That is stupid fast. My dad had one of those and he let me drive it. Why he let me drive that to work one day, I have no clue. But thank you, Dad. That car was stupid fast. I'm talking second gear, 70 miles an hour, on the interstate, roll on the throttle, traction control's off, you're spinning the tires. Straight up. Like, I don't care how you put it. And you can say, oh, Hellcat. Nah, man. Hellcat, nah. I've driven one of those too on a misting day, so the roads weren't dry, but they also weren't wet. And that thing was like, first gear, it wasn't. I mean, it was going, but it wasn't like fighting traction. You can say what you want. I've driven a Hellcat. Was not impressed. No offense to the guy who's watching this video who owns one. Love your car, but love your car. Just, it isn't what everybody says it is on the internet. Sorry. Says a guy with the 330 horsepower naturally aspirated 370Z. I'm gonna get a lot of hate in this video, Anna. And yes, my voice just cracked because I'm going through puberty at 34 years old. It is what it is. Anyways, that's it, guys. This is a Z1 catback, single exit, 3-inch exhaust. Welds look beautiful. I'm not a welder. I enjoy welding, but I mean, these welds are quite nice. So, that's it. I guess I'll bring the camera over here and I'll let y'all guys look at it closer, huh? Let's do that. Nice welds, Z1 brand on the exhaust flange, Z1 brand on the Y-pipe. All of this is manual bent, so there's no crimps in the bends, which is nice. That's one of my pet peeves, is seeing exhaust that has crimps and whatnot. Good looking welds right here. Good looking welds right there. Good penetration. You know what, for a sub $1,000 exhaust, granted it is a single exit, they did a good job. I mean, I'm sure the Greddy RS Race wouldn't be much better than this, if better at all. Cool, thank you Z1. Hope you enjoyed this video. Y'all have a good day. Later. All right, let's do an outro, shall we? How to get the car in there a little bit, you know. I figured I made this whole video and there's no car in there, so this is my car. 2009, like I said, 370Z. It is a high mileage car, but it's very well taken care of. We will do a driving video at some point, put you inside. It's stock. You've seen a stock 370Z, but it'll be more fun to drive around talking about it. So, but yeah, hope you enjoyed this video. Please like it if you like it. If you don't like it, hit that don't like. Subscribe if you want. Don't subscribe if you don't want. I don't really care. I'm doing this for me. So this was fun. Now I'm gonna go try to edit this all together and see how many times my eyes move away from the camera. Because I know right now, dude, slow down. I know right now my eyes leave a lot, and that's gonna be a problem that I know I need to work on. So feel free to comment and critique me. I'm looking forward to it. Be mean if you want. Be nice if you want. I don't care. So cool. See you guys later. Bye.